Hope you enjoyed. Thanks for watching. This is Solomon asking my latest review on Sailor Moon Crystal episode 30. 30, or 31, you want to call it. We're continuing with what happened at the end in the last episode. The kiss. This is definitely messed up. Hey, Usagi, after that kiss, Uranus left. His left, and the other sailors found her. They discussed this. They tried to talk, but for some reason, Usagi, she's not telling them the whole thing. I'm like, she's not telling the whole encounter. And this seems to be some kind of struggle in Usagi's heart right now. Especially like throughout this whole episode, there's been some kind of mixed emotions that she's been having. Right now with seeing Uranus. I think she's seeing Haruka or Uranus in a different light. Like real feelings, and she's starting to develop that. And this is like very coming. This is coming at a very bad and awkward time. You know, that's something you gotta. That's something. Like now she's struggling emotionally. That means this is a very big deal. She has something big she has to deal with. Especially when we know it's gonna happen in the future. So anyway, when things are a little progressing further into the episode, the Magnus coordinator, sends another one of her minions down to Earth. Uh, they're still trying to find these talismans, these three talismans, and it's definitely, definitely very, definitely very. They're very focused on these talismans, finding out where they are and how to use them. But it looks like they have no idea what they are. So basically, right now they're struggling, and so they send out, so the Magnus Corps sent Armenia. Things are very I like this episode a lot because I like this episode somewhat because it doesn't go right into the action. This is like more them struggling emotionally because we get to see Usagi struggling with her feelings, and we get to see that this affect this her feelings towards Haruko is also in her feeling and her relationship with not only the other Seika but with Mako as well, who's Tuxedo Mask. So basically, right now it's very very problematic. So literally she's caught in a love triangle or rectangle because I didn't mention Neptune. So but so this is definitely very right now this is very very dramatic. We also get to see that Chibiusa, she goes back to Mugen Academy. As he's that girl, Homura, the one that gave her, the handkerchief that she healed. I mean, they start to develop kind of a friendship. And Haruka trusts her enough to tell her a secret that her father, that professor guy with the, with the glasses with the one star, and he's developing something sneaky and nasty, and even she's kind of afraid of him, but she doesn't want her telling anybody. I mean, it's obviously the professor's a bad guy, but she's not telling what kind of bad guy is he. But we all know he's the kind that's kind of like the mad scientist. He's definitely the type just by looking at him, mad scientist. With the lab coat, the glasses, there's the freaky stare, the white hair, definitely mad scientist type. Anyway, it's definitely that's part of the story. I can't wait to see how that progresses. And she's holding this kind of crystal too. That Chibiusa, she noticed that she's not well. She asked her to hold her crystal, saying that the crystal I hold and it's a talisman. And this is just a hint, a very very weird hint. Talisman. Could she be what the servants of Master Pharaoh 90 after? And then there's the helicopter scene where with Uranus and Neptune with Chibiusa in the helicopter. I mean, they gave her a helicopter ride. They convinced her that they were friends with Usagi, which made it more convincing. And so it was very problematic. And so when they talked, asked her what they talk about, she said it was a secret. It's definitely very problematic. And I mean, they're not gonna. This is obviously a ploy to try to get on her good side, but also put for information. So luckily, Luckily, Chibiusa didn't tell her everything, but she did tell something. And especially with Usagi right near the helicopter, now she can sense something off about it. It's definitely problematic. You know, right now, this is like a tie into their emotions. This is becoming very emotional for them. So, you know, this is gonna be very bad. You know, this is gonna be like it's gonna probably fracture somehow into the group. It's probably gonna cause something bad happen. I'm just hoping it doesn't become too damaged. Anyway, they attend Mugen Academy. Mugen Academy has this kind of concert, and it's a double concert. One with Mimi, from Master Pharaoh 90, and that Magnus coordinator sent. The other one is Tukura, who the violinist, aka Neptune. They have Neptune this violin concert. They want to use this as an opportunity to go to Mugen Academy. This way they could learn, about Master Pharaoh Knight, about what's going on, because the source of disturbance is around Mugen Academy, which is the kind of the bad guy's main headquarters. They all agreed to do this, to use this, but one of the problem is that Mimiko, Sailor Venus, wants to see Mimina concert. She totally fangirls out. At the concert. It's pretty. I like that. The show tries to be serious and humorous at the same time. I mean, think about it. If you have the same thing over and over again, and it just get boring. But if you have something new, like around the corner, it tries to be add some funny stuff, try to make it great. It's understandable. But one of the things I liked the most was the action at the end and seeing how things go. How when Chibiusa tried to help, but Mina tried to snuff her out. Tried to put a sneak attack, but she was saved. Both Uranus and Neptune made their debut to them, and they performed a combo move that literally not only protected Chibiusa, but throw their enemy's attack right back at them. It was so cool. Like they they already made their presence known before, but now they introduced themselves in a big way, like saving their friend and shouting out their names. They officially made themselves known as Sailor Guardians, Sailor Scouts, but at the moment we still have no idea who the legions they belong to, because it's shown that they're not on their side, but they're not on the enemy side either. So basically, they still remain an unknown. That's all I gotta say. Anyway, I did like the episode. I gave it a pass. So because it wasn't boring. I think it was interesting, especially with the character development and the emotions behind the scenes. Anyway, thank you. This is my review on Sailor Moon Crystal, episode 30, season 3. It's definitely a good episode. I do like it. And if you haven't seen it, then this was a spoiler. If you have seen it, sorry. Sorry for telling you stuff I already know. Anyway, that's all I gotta say. Hope you enjoyed. Thanks for watching. Thank you. This is Solomon Adams, and I'm signing off. Peace.